Difficulties. Welcome to the webinar tonight. Great to have you on. My name is Tarryn Thompson, and I'm here to present to you the Isagenix products and opportunity. So awesome for getting yourself here on a Saturday night. Let's kick straight into it. First thing is we want you to know that when it comes to Isagenix, nothing is guaranteed, but anything is possible. So this is a great system that we've got in our hands, and I'm super excited to share it with you guys tonight. So if we have a look at what Isagenix is all about, the system is awesome because it's a simplified holistic wellness system. And one of the things that got me excited when I very first saw this, and guys, I was sitting in a similar position to you. I was looking at this exact same thing, but presented live by Adam and Bianca. And the first thing that got my attention was there's nothing artificial, and it's cold pressed and raw ingredients. And I thought, well, if that's the case, then I'm in based on that alone, if that's the case. So needless to say, that was the case, and that's why I'm in. So if we look at why Isagenix, well, there's a few things. First of all, there's a real need for the problems that Isagenix solves. Well, there's a real need for the solutions because Isagenix solves quite a few problems, some key ones. So there are three that I really see, and the first one is nutritional depletion. So obviously things are different with the quality of our nutrition now than it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Things are way, way different. We can see without a shadow of a doubt that the quality of our soil is just not the same as it used to be. And at the end of the day, if the nutrients are not in our soil, then it's not going into our foods, and therefore it's not getting into us. And so nutritional depletion is a real problem. Stress is another biggie. So, and I don't know if if you guys suffer with stress, but I think that's probably the understatement of the year. Stress is something that I saw a lot of. For about 8 years, I worked with women, and when I became a mum, I think I saw the stress problem even more clearly than what I saw it before. So we can, there's a huge correlation between health problems and the underlying tone of it being stress related, and studies are showing that between 75 and 90% of doctors' visits are stress related, which is so stink because those types of issues are just not really the ones that we want to have to be dealing with when the underlying tone of it is stress. We want to be able to solve those problems easily and then have the doctors deal with the real stuff, right? So we know that long-term stress leads to body fat, and we know that it's definitely there's definitely a relation to it being around the belly, that visceral fat, that real dangerous fat. So stress is a real problem. Toxicity is the third problem. So we know that there are so many toxins coming from every which way that we are inundated with. If we just have a look at the daily toxins that we are coming into contact with, like what goes on our skin, for example. We often don't think about toxicity in terms of just in the home, but if we look at what we put in our skin when we do the whole washing our face and soaping and brushing our teeth, and the parabens and the sulfates that come into our body just because of what goes on the skin. Then we get into all the cleaning products that we use and so on, and it's just, there's just a whole lot of toxins that come in just through the home, never mind all the toxins that we're exposed to outside of the home. And over time, it's gonna take its toll. It's gonna take an effect. And it's one of the things that I really felt a huge relief with when I started using Isagenix products. So there is a clear reason that we need products like the ones that Isagenix make in our lives. And so how they solve the problem is using nourish days and fasting days. So when you use the Isagenix system, this is how it's made up. You've got 6 days a week where you're nourishing, and then 1 day where you're cleansing or fasting. So if we take a look at what the nourish days look like, you've got your main meals are going to be 2 to 3 of their shakes or their smoothies, and they're cold pressed ingredients, so they're actual real ingredients. They've all been tested for heavy metals, pesticides. When it says high bioavailability, it just means that we can actually absorb the nutrients. It's got all of the macro and micronutrients that we need, digestive enzymes, to make it easy on the gut to digest. And so one of the things that really excited me about these smoothies is that I've got a 3.5-year-old, and oh my gosh, here's a mission to get like good nutrients into. And he is a real fussy eater, especially with meat. Like, he doesn't like the texture of meat. And so I'm always trying to come up with creative ways of getting protein into him. So when I learned that everything in the shakes was natural and that it had digestive enzymes in it and prebiotics and probiotics in it, I was stoked, because his gut was also in a bad way after a bit of a ill stint that he went through last year. And so other shakes I had tried with him in the past, they just weren't cutting the mustard, and he was getting constipated. And so I tried him on these shakes, and they're awesome. So he has one every morning for breakfast. He'll have a half of a shake for breakfast. And then I also incorporate the snacks into his lunchbox. So we've got there, incorporate 2 snacks and 1 to 2 meals alongside your smoothies. So I put the snacks into his lunchbox at kindy, because it's a great way for me to be able to get protein into his day without it being like sugary, which they don't allow, and nut-free, because there's so many kids with allergies that there's so many restrictions about what I put in his lunchbox either. So it's just solved quite a few headaches for me with my kids' lunchbox. So if you look at a Nourish Day, it's 2 to 3 smoothies, incorporate 2 snacks and 1 to 2 meals alongside your smoothies. If your goals are muscle gain or weight gain related, then you're going to, like some of the pictures you'll see when I go through them with the guys, they're going to be 2 to 3 smoothies a day plus a couple of meals. All right. So the way that you want to look at this is that it's flexible, and people use Isagenix for a range of different goals. And so whether your goals are weight loss related or muscle gain or performance related or just for energy, it is designed to work in and around how like an everyday type of lifestyle. Okay, so it's really, really awesome for that. Now, in the shakes, I used to think that that shakes, right, were great for calorie restriction and only beneficial for if you're eating on the run, and it's like a healthier alternative to eating fast food. But when Isagenix came into my life and I took a look at the quality of their ingredients, I was like, oh my gosh, these shakes are actually necessary to get the nutrients that we need in our day because of the nutrient depletion problem. And so I actually see that having 3 to 5, like the nutrients have in one shake are the equivalent to 3 to 5 plates of organic food. So I totally see that as being impossible to get, right, from just eating whole foods alone. Even if you do eat awesomely, it's just not possible to get those kind of nutrients into your day. And so using the shakes are just going to be like a standard part of how I do nutrition until forever, or until some other company comes up with a better idea. But so far, this is the best idea I've seen up until this point. Okay, so then, oh my gosh. Okay, then when they bought the greens, when I tried the greens, I was fully stoked, because vegetables are another thing that my kid has a problem with. So, I mean, I was stoked for me, because I really needed to be able to get more vegetables in my life without having to spend more time in the kitchen. Because guys, honestly, if you think about it, like we need vegetables in all three of our meals, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, not just your token serve of vegetables at dinner. Like you need as much nutrients as possible that you can get in your day. So I'm thinking that that's just daily what I need, what my husband needs. What about my growing 3-year-old? And so when I saw that Isagenix had greens products and I took a look at them, cold pressed, dried, 30 raw ingredients. So there's 20 serves of vegetables per stick, per sachet, which is over 30 raw ingredients in there. And I thought, wicked, I can hide those in ice blocks for sure. And so I blend up the shake and I put a green stick in there, and then I put them in little popsicle things that Ollie will have for his ice cream. And that gives me a perfectly good excuse to tell him that he can have ice cream for breakfast. So I'm telling you, they're just a great convenient way of making sure that in 2018, we can be getting nutrients in a convenient and simple way without having to compromise on nutrients. All right, so I was fully excited about the greens. And then you've got the vitamins, and guys, they have these really cool AM PM packs. And what I really like about that is I can just rip off a sachet and just take it with me as I'm running out the door. Like I hear my mum's voice in my head telling me to take my vitamins, and I'm not one to open up a million bottles every morning and remember to do that. I've spent a lot of money on vitamins before and had them sitting on my shelf because I just don't like opening up all the lids. So the fact that I can just rip open a sachet, take it with me in the car, down them, done. I'm getting all the essential vitamins and minerals that I am not able to get in the shake. So I've had this question asked me before. If everything is in the shakes, then why do you need to have vitamins? Well, you know, vitamins, with them being so high in antioxidants, they kind of stink. Like they don't smell awesome. And so if you take all of those and then put them in the shake, like they're going to taste nasty, and then no one's going to want to drink them. So they've made it in such a way where we can have the shakes and then use the veggies in the sticks, and then have the vitamins coming in capsule form that just are able to get in us in a convenient and simple way. Guys, convenient and simple being the key point here, without it being without compromising on anything. Okay, adaptogens. Well, if you would ask me what my favorite product is that Isagenix makes, it would be the Ionics, for sure, without a doubt, because man, stress was high in my life and I just needed a real easy stress solution, and the Ionics was it. So the awesome thing about Isagenix is that all their products work holistically. So the system works, although each of the products can be used individually, where you get the real benefits is when they all are working together, because they're working on you as a whole. So there's not just like a one product that's going to fix everything. It's the systematic way that they deal to the problem that is such a win. So if you're going to take a look at the Ionics as an individual product, it really does pack a punch, because it's got adaptogens in it which come from plants, and they help your body to adapt to different stresses that you might be experiencing day to day. So, you know, you might experience a lot of stress one day, like your kids might be driving you insane. And then another day, stress may not be so high. And then another day, you might have trained real hard and stress is high. And so you need your body to be able to adapt to the different stresses, and that's what the Ionics is. So it's like goodness in a little shot in the morning, and you take a 30 ml shot in the morning, and if you need it, you can take another shot at night before you go to sleep. Okay, e-shots. So these are a great alternative to coffee. So I know like lots of people I have heard lots of people tell me before, I'm not, you know, I could easily give up coffee, no worries. But the reality is that coffee for a lot of people is not just a beverage that they enjoy. but it's a necessary beverage to get through a day or to start a day. I know that when I've shared these products with people, one of the first questions that they'll ask me is, do I have to give up coffee, with like their eyes wide and they're looking afraid. And if I was just going to say like, yeah, you have to, there would be like a withdrawal symptom just from having mentioned that. So what the e-shots are is they're a great caffeine alternative, but they don't give you that high, and then they don't dump you on your butt as the caffeine wears off. They have a nice energy release, which gives you that alertness, and it relieves the brain fog, and it just keeps you going. And so I've figured out the perfect time to have an e-shot is 2 p.m. and that'll carry you nicely on through to the rest of the day, and just enough time to be able to allow you to have a good sleep in the evening. So I highly rate the e-shots as well. Okay, so then you've got the fasting days, which is a great solution to the toxins problem. So the cleanse days or the fasting days are nutritionally supported. So it's not just like you're not putting anything into your body. Isagenix have done a great job of putting products into your kit so that on the fasting days, your body is actually supported. Your blood sugar levels are supported. You don't have to freak out about not eating anything, because you aren't not eating anything. You've got these cool little snacks that are designed to help keep you, keep the hangry away, so that you can continue to go throughout your day, so that you can continue to work if it's a work day, to parent if it's a parent day, to whatever your day. Okay, it's absolutely doable. And then how you feel the day post fasting is awesome as well. So I can honestly tell you that I will cleanse for as long as I'm breathing. I will be doing cleanse days for always, because I have clearly been able to experience and feel the benefits of when I started doing cleanse days, and they are exceptionally different to how it was before. And so I'm excited about cleanse days, and they're totally doable. Isagenix makes it doable for the average person who has never even dreamed of cleansing to do it successfully. Isagenix also has essential oils. So I was never a big oiler. There's actually a name for people who use oils. But I've never been into essential oils. But the more I learned about the toxic problem, the more I became open to using essential oils, because I realized that they were great to be able to use in the household for lots of things. Like you can use the lemon one in water to rinse off your veggies, right, and your fruits after you bring them back from the supermarket. You can use them to clean. So the lemon one's also awesome for cleaning. I use tea tree for the skin. And great one if you've got kids, tea tree oil. Also, I use the, what's it called? Content. The Content. I use that one for on the cleanse days. I just put a few drops into my water. And there's just all these little cool ways that you can kind of find to use practically, where you can get rid of chemical-based things. And so essential oils are awesome for that. Okay, so obviously it made perfect sense. I got started, and so these are my results. So I just finished a couple of weeks ago my 16-week challenge, and I was blown away. Like, I've dieted for a long time. I don't know how to express to you, because a lot of you don't know me, but I don't know how to express to you how much value these products have brought into my life, because of how in my head I was about food and dieting before. I love exercise, and I love looking and feeling my best. I need to get the most out of how I want to parent and how I want to wife and how I want to do life. I really needed the most out of my day. And so for those reasons, I've spent an exceptional amount of time food prepping and exercising, and I just never felt like the energy that I was putting in, I never felt like my body was yielding me that result. And after so long, I really just thought that that's just the way that my body was, and that was as far as I was going to get. And so when Bianca told me about the Isagenix products, when I was sitting where you're sitting and listened to her go on about these products, I thought, well, I've got nothing to lose because I've done everything I can on my own up until this point. I really don't have anything else to try. And so what the hell? Like, at least if it doesn't work, I'm going to get my money back because they have a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. So that's about where I was. And I often find myself thinking, how in the hell can products bring this much value into my life? Seriously. Like, how is that even possible? And so, you know, I really do feel quite strongly about that. So it makes sense that I would then share the products, right? Like, it's just pretty obvious. You know, some people are not natural promoters, and some people are. It doesn't matter whether you are a natural promoter or not. If you believe in something, you'll share it. It's just the way that we're wired as humans. I really do believe that deep down, when we want to help people. Naturally, we want to help people. And so I believe if we really, really believe we have something to offer and we want to help, that we'll do that. So, and that's what network marketing is. Network marketing is a whole industry of people helping people. And that's the way that Isagenix distributes their products. So when Adam, you know, really went into depth with me, and Bianca shared with me about network marketing and how I could actually run a business sharing these products that were giving me such an epic result, I literally lost my shit. I don't actually know how else to explain that to you, but that's what happened. So why network marketing? Well, you know, the weight management, energy, performance, health and vitality and essential oil market is friggin' huge. It's a $286 billion market. Yet obesity and stress and disease are on the rise every year. And so if all of that is a $286 billion market, how come it's on the rise every year? And being a consumer of these products, being a consumer of weight management, energy, performance, health and vitality, being a consumer of that, I can honestly tell you that I was not excited about products. I just wasn't, because they just weren't solving enough problems for me. And so often I found myself thinking, like, man, the products I buy are expensive, because I wasn't getting the value. They weren't making a real difference in my life. They weren't solving big problems. And I honestly feel like it's that way for a lot of people. Online is huge. It is undeniable. The e-commerce industry is a multi-trillion-dollar industry that's set to increase by double-digit percentage for the foreseeable future. I mean, if you think about how we are exposed to information, I know I don't watch TV anymore. I Netflix, I stream. I know I don't listen to the radio anymore. I Audible my books, and I Spotify. You know, I know that when I'm marketed to, when I'm advertised to now, it's on Facebook, it's on social media, it's online. That's how I buy. Just a few weeks ago, I bought a blender online. You know, I buy my clothes online because shopping with my 3-year-old's an actual nightmare. You know, how we do things now is so much more online than it ever was before, and it's just become obvious that that we're already in that time where the way that we do business and the way that we like to purchase as consumers is online. We can see that 60% of jobs are going to be automated in the next 10 to 20 years because automation is the way that things are already moving. The way we use social media, the ability to be able to communicate and connect with people instantly. I can send a text message to my friend in Dubai and she'll get the message right away. You know, I can call my mum in South Africa while she's on holiday right now and have a chat to her right away. I can like her post that she went abseiling off Table Mountain right away. She'll get it. You know, the ability to be able to communicate with people has just completely changed the game. Freedom of creativity without stress. Well, network marketing it offers us the ability to be able to start a small business part-time and be able to turn that into a big business without the same kinds of stresses as if you're in traditional business. And believe me, I know. We've been in traditional business. Me and my husband have been in traditional business for almost 8 years. And it is a freaking headache and a half, or 5. And the ability to be able to do business, small business if you want, medium-sized business if you want, or big business if you want with network marketing, without having those overheads, without having the boss or the employees, it's phenomenal and completely changed our life. Residual income, I believe, is something that everyone needs to be working for if they want freedom. If freedom is something that you want in your life, you need to have residual income. I don't know any other way that a person can truly be free unless they have residual income. Okay, so eat the products, share the products, and you will be paid. So if you're excited, like you can hear that I am, and you know that if you get a wicked result in these products, you're going to share them, well then that's exactly what I did, and the same thing that happened to me can happen to you. So if you share the premium pack with a person, you'll make $100. Isagenix will give you $100 bonus check, an introductory bonus check. If you help 2 people to get started on the premium pack in the same week, you'll make a $400 check. They will pay you $400 for sharing these products that you've had a win with. For sharing that, they'll go, cheers for sharing the love. Here's 400 NZD in your bank account. And so if you want to learn more about how you can do how you can earn residual income, so there's if you wake up, you get paid. When you, if you don't get out of bed in the morning, you get paid. If you're on holiday, you get paid. That's residual income. That's freedom. If you want to know more about that part, you got to talk to the person who invited you here today. All right, and because what I'm showing you here is really just the bonuses. So make sure you talk to the person who invited you. Okay, so you can see that it makes perfect sense to start sharing these products, right? If you love a product and you get a great result and you just feel inspired to help other people, it makes sense that you do network marketing. So I want to just bring on a few people who have had some fantastic results using these products. These are some of my friends who I have shared it with, and so I'm going to introduce Leanne. Leanne, if you can unmute yourself and share your story, that'd be awesome.
Okay, hi everybody. I started using Isagenix in June. In fact, Tarryn got on the phone, I think, when she got introduced to the products and said, hey, do you want to try these out? And I was like, what is it? And she told me, and I was like, I don't know. And she said, listen, I know you live on coffee and you're so busy at your job that you don't even have time to make food and eat properly. And I think you really need these products because you're going to be able to feed your body the correct nutrition so that you can lose the weight properly. And I was like, all right, what the heck? I'll just give it a go. And I was really amazed first of all, I was amazed when the products arrived because I'm a homeopath, and so I'm really used to natural medicine and all the herbs and the ingredients in them. So when the products arrived, I was really interested to see actually what are the ingredients and are they as good as what they could be. And they're amazing. They are amazing. So I sort of unpacked Isagenix and I saw all the herbs in them and the super herbs and all the super herbs and the amazing superfoods are sprinkled right through all the different products. So you're constantly being fed top nutrition all the time. That blew me away. And then in the first 4 days of starting on them, I did 2 shake days and then I did a cleanse day. And I immediately lost 3 kilos. That was how much inflammation that was on my body as water weight that I was holding on to. And I didn't regain that. Over the month, my weight went a little bit up and a little and down, but overall, the curve was down, down, down. And I lost in the first 4 or 5 weeks, 4.5 kilos, which was amazing to me. It was amazing because I had not been able to lose any weight for the previous 3-4 years. I'd had a thyroid problem and a few other things going on. And I really honestly, I used to joke about it when I was younger, but actually it was serious. I'd walk past a pizza shop and smell the pizza and I'd gain a kilo. So yeah, I was a bit out of control. And I had started losing weight. I corrected my body and started to lose weight before I started the Isagenix, but it was very slow. I think I'd lost 3 kilos over 6 months. So you can imagine my surprise when all this water weight just dropped right off me. And at the moment, I think I've lost about a total of about 5 kilos, around about, give or take, over the last 3 months that I've been doing it. But I've continued to lose centimeters. I haven't remeasured myself, but I've dropped 2 sizes in clothing. So I was so pleased. I used to manage fashion retail stores when I was in my 20s, and it's been a real bugbear of mine that I haven't been able to wear the designer clothing that I really like, because it's always a bit smaller than the other clothing shops. And I managed to get back into a size large, but I'm in them in my favorite clothing stores. So I think I went from about a size 18, around about, I never really looked too closely at the sizes, down to a size 14, and that was within the first 6 weeks, and that was amazing to me. So I've had more energy, and I've had lots of clarity, and the best thing for me is at 4-5 o'clock I'm finishing work, I'm getting into the kitchen with my daughter, and I'm not snappy. My moods are even and calm, and at night I'm able to get back, and I'm a bit of a workaholic, I'm able to get back into my work, go to my yoga classes, and I'm not running out of energy at all, and I wake up the next day feeling fab. So I can see myself doing this for a long time. And because I'd been so sick with my thyroid, I'd had a huge amount of muscle wastage, and I was very, very weak. And so I've been using some of the sports products for the athletes that Isagenix do before I go to my yoga class. And man, I can do more press ups than I can do normally, and I've been getting into these twisty pretzel shapes that I shouldn't be able to do, and I've been amazed. So I'm building this muscle, and I thought my weight loss had slowed right down. I was getting concerned, and even this week, my pants are fitting me again. My new pants are fitting me better than what they were. So when I bought them a few weeks ago, so I just can't rave about the system enough. If you do it, and I've had a few people that I've turned on to it through my clinic, and they'll say, "Oh, I'm not sure about this." I'm like, "Are you doing the cleanse day?" No, I kind of skipped that. You can't. You've got to do the system as the system is, and it's not hard. It's super easy, and you'll feel so amazing. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome, Leanne. What a great result. Thanks for your share. Thanks for sharing your story.
Welcome.
Man, if I hadn't already have gotten started, I'd have gotten started. All right. Now let me bring in my sister-in-law. This is Nicole. Guys, can you see the videos up on the screen?
Yeah.
You can? Awesome. Okay. Oh, I don't know why it keeps doing that. Nicole, can you unmute yourself and share?
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, so I'm Nicole. I'm Tarryn's sister-in-law. I'm also a mummy of 2 kids, very energetic kids. And when I first heard about Isagenix, I wasn't interested at first because Tarryn always did stuff, throughout our time of knowing each other. And she was going on and on about Isagenix. And then I was like, oh, it's just another one of those, And so I got to a point in my life where I was really stressed out. I was raising 2 kids that was super, super full on. And I was working, and I just needed something to help me get through that time. And I called Tarryn crying. I'm like, Tarryn, you need to help me. Just tell me what to do. I don't care what it is. Just tell me. And she goes, I told you about it before. Try Isagenix. It's going to save your life. Do it. And I literally bought my pack that day. And I received my pack a couple of days later, and I was completely blown away. So to go from someone who didn't believe in diets, because I've always been slim, but I gained the momentum after having babies, and I didn't think I needed to diet. But once I tried Isagenix, my mind was literally blown. On day 4 was when my energy peaked and stayed that way. And it's been incredible. It's been such an incredible journey. I'm so glad I gave the products a go. My favorite products are the Ionics, and the e-shot definitely helps me, especially on a work day. But surprisingly, the cleanse days are like by far my favorite, because I didn't realize that the day after you get this massive energy boost, and I've never experienced anything like it before. So to be able to experience that and to continue experiencing it now, I'm 8 weeks in, and I'm currently in my 3rd week of the Ice Body Challenge, which has been amazing. It's been such an experience. I've never gymmed in my life, but thanks to the new Nitro, I am pushing myself harder and harder. And as you can see, I'm actually developing some muscle, which is like amazing to me. So overall, it's been a great experience. The people that you meet along this journey are super, super supportive. I can't thank Tarryn enough for introducing this to me and actually telling me to get it. Even just the whole team, like just Isagenix in general, they are super supportive people, so you'll never be alone. There's so many people there to guide you, and you just need to ask. That's all. But yeah, so that's my story, and I'm loving it. Thanks, Tarryn, for letting me share.
Oh my gosh, warm fuzzies. This is so great for me. I don't know how it is for you guys, but this is awesome. All right, so I'm going to bring on Mal now. So Mal, if you can come on.
Hi.
Hey.
Gosh, I'm almost 6 weeks in now, so, and I see that photo and I cringe. You know, I was so stressed out, so I don't know, I had the weight of the world on my shoulders, I guess, when I first started. And yeah, I've been enjoying the journey mostly. But yeah, the change has been pretty amazing for me. And even my 8-year-old notices I'm happier than what I normally was.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, he loves it, which is really good. So he's getting the benefits of that. Yeah, so 6 weeks in, I'm over 10 kgs down. A lot of that was water weight to start with, but I'll still take it. And yeah, I'm aiming for the 100-pound club.
Yes.
And yeah, I'll get there one day at a time. So, you know, Tarryn introduced me. It's a bit hard not to sign up when she comes in every day and works from my house. But it's been really good, really supportive, and, you know, really encouraging. So you're not alone. If she's not around, there's always someone there that can answer questions, help you out, and yeah, it's just awesome. Which wouldn't go back. You know, why would I go back to that? So yeah, onwards and upwards.
Awesome. Thanks, Mel. Oh, guys, warm fuzzies. All right, let's keep going. All right, so I'm going to go through and show you some more pictures. This is my husband, Nick. So he just started his Ice Body Challenge 2 weeks ago. So he has goals to put on some muscle and lose his dad bod, he calls it. This is Bianca. Bianca lost like 25 kilos. So she's the one who introduced me to the product. And Alice and Adam. Adam is Bianca's partner. These guys are the ones who introduced us and really have been amazing support for us. You can see, like Nicole, Chelsea's goals were muscle. Dave is a fireman, and yeah, I mean, man, he needed all the energy that he could get when he's in that kind of line of work, right? Not everyone does it for weight loss or muscle gain, but also Holly's skin was really important to her. So that's why that was one of her initial reasons for using the products. Muscle gain. You can see that there's an awesome trend of visceral fat going down, right? Midsection. I mean, far out. So this is my 30-day result. And you'll hear across the board that people don't change much with their exercise, right? Some people start exercising and that's great, but the ones who have already been exercising, all they change is their nutrition. And that is something I've consistently heard. So there are some epic results from people from all different walks of life that have had an awesome experience with Isagenix. The savings also is really, really cool because, like I mentioned to you before, this part of the solution to your energy, your weight, your the way that you are doing health, it can't be adding to the problem, right? So a lot of my experience before, a lot of the solutions were actually contributing to the problem. And so making sure that it's affordable is key. So you can see here that there are a lot of popular things that people use that Isagenix has had solutions for that really solve the problem cheaper and better for you. And it's delivered to your door. So you can get meals that you're typically buying when you're eating out and about that are expensive, or you can get a meal with everything that you need in it and more for $4.80. So there are some really, really cool products within the system. Like I said, they can be used individually, but using the system as a whole does help solve that whole problem, because there's so many different elements that all the different products address. And so there's the ultimate grocery bundle, the premium grocery bundle, and the basic grocery bundle. Talk to the person who invited you on today and have a chat to them and ask them what they got started with and what their experience was using that. And then they can point you in the direction that is going to help you reach your goals. So how you get started is that you ask the person who invited you onto this webinar. And guys, I just want to tell you that I'm no professional presenter by any means. I'm just someone who used the product, had an amazing experience, and felt compelled to share that with other people. I honestly believe that everyone deserves the opportunity to be offered this solution. I really do. And so really, if you're sitting on the fence still wondering if you should give these products a go, then I'm just going to tell you this one thing. What does your heart say? Like, if you really listen to the direction that you're being pulled, go that way. Try not to get too in your head about it, because if you reflect back and you look at where you've made some great decisions in your life, I bet you is when you listened to your gut and followed your heart. So on that, I'm going to tune out. Guys, thanks for coming along tonight, and hope to see you all again. All right, catch you later.